Okay, well, welcome back to the results part of this, or the test part of this demonstration video. Saliva has now been processing for the exact required time, 10 minutes. We're now going to open the test cassette, remove the test cassette from its pouch, lay it flat, and we're ready to start running this test. So what I'm going to do now is just flip the dispenser pipette at the top, invert the collector and gently squeeze the bulb over the sample well to dispatch 1, 2, 3 samples of saliva into each of the sample wells. And when you've completed that, you can close the dispenser. Saliva is retained in the base there. If you do need to do further tests on it, you'll have ample saliva to do that on. But what you'll see now, just starting to run on this test, if I just focus in on it, let's see if we can magnify this up a bit and bring it centrally into frame. You just see now, starting along the base here, that pinkish dye starting to appear in the results columns as the saliva works its way up along those columns and runs past those embedded test lines. Now the coding on the test cassette, just to run you through this and show you while this test is running, you have at the top of each column of results a C line indicated on the side, plastic with a C. And then below that, depending on the number of tests in that column, you'll have a T1, T2 and T3 indicator, again in dark print on the plastic. Now above each column is the coding for those T1 and T2s. So if we look at the left-hand column, T1 is the cocaine test membrane, T2 is the amphetamine test membrane, and T3 the benzodiazepines. In the middle column you've only got two, T1 and T2, relating to T1 being OPI opiates and T2 corresponding with the methamphetamine test. And in the right hand column you've only got a single test line, so no T1, T2 reference, just the T line referencing to the THC cannabis test included on that test. And you'll see the pink dye is working its way up now. We have to wait to interpret any of these results until the dye has made its way successfully beyond and formed a C or control line. Now in an all negative test results, we've said this multiple times, whether you're doing saliva or urine, if you've got the control line showing and you've got a clear and definable T line against all of your results, then you can pass that very quickly as an all negative result. Even if the background is not completely whited out or clear yet and the test is still effectively running towards the top part of the membrane. However, if you have a presumptive positive result with no T line showing, you must give it the full development time. And for this test, that is 10 minutes. So from the time you've added the saliva and the test starts running, if you have no T line in the presence of a control line on a membrane at 10 minutes, then that is a presumptive positive result indicator or a non-negative result indicator for that drug group on site in this test. I'm going to talk a little when these results have fully formed about faint lines, partial lines, and how you interpret the difference in the colour density and thickness between the test lines that you will always get on these test membranes. So what we're going to do is stop this video now and we'll come back when this test has completely run and show you the results which are apparent at the 10-minute mark.